Hello, hello, collective. This is going to be a collective reading for today. If you're seeing this, I don't use any hashtags or anything like that. So yeah, there's very likely a message in here for you if you felt like clicking on this video. So first and foremost, I got this download earlier and someone is actually being protected, believe it or not, by the interdimensional jesters or the clowns. I don't know if somebody here is maybe familiar with trying or taking DMT. But what I got is that like and this is so weird because the vision that I got was, I actually saw, and it looked like a clown, right? But I knew it was a message from the interdimensional jesters or whatever, or the intimate people have, I think, reported seeing clowns as well. But either way, I got this vision of this clown outside of like a courthouse or some kind of governmental building where it was like basically defending somebody from particular individuals that are involved in something here. And what I'm getting, the download that I got about it was that these beings are purposely using trickster energy to throw off some type of corruption or situation that's going on in the collective right now, to bring certain things to light or to slow down or distract particular people and enemies right now. It's so funny. And you know what else I got too on the flip side of that is the trickster energy could actually be affecting you, but not in the way that you think it is. Oftentimes what can happen is we will have guides that particular or guardian angels or just spiritual beings that are part of our spiritual team that will purposely have certain things go awry in our lives. Like it could be something as small as like losing your keys before you have to go somewhere, or you maybe tripping and falling down and getting hurt and having to go to the ER instead of somewhere else. And it's like it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, right? It's like that trickster energy, that energy that is causing these things to happen is purposely causing like a delay or a reroute of some sort. So that is a message that I got clearly when I was meditating earlier, which I thought was really interesting. Because like oftentimes we don't even really like think of those types of interdimensional beings like being involved in that kind of stuff, but they absolutely can be and are. So that's kind of the first message. Now, I don't know if there's like a particular situation that's about to come out of this reading right now that could, kind of tie into that, but we're going to start with apples to apples. I want to see what comes out of my apples to apples cards, and then we will move forward with I don't know if I'm going to go straight in the tarot or not, but we're going to see. Let's see what's going on for this collective right now. We have Saturn. Okay, that's interesting. Sixth planet from the sun and the second largest in the solar system has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Okay. So as I said, there's something going on in the collective that's really significant right now as far as particular situations being turned around, or like the details of something are becoming more and more obvious as time goes on. And this ties back to it's seemingly small disruptions or distractions that are occurring right now in these collective situation. And you can go all the way up to the macro, whereas you look on the world stage, there's things that are coming to light. There's particular things that are occurring that are causing information to come to light is what I'm getting. And Saturn is the planet of karma. It is the planet of discipline. It is the planet of structure. So, and also we have number 6 here with the 6th planet. So June could be significant. Gemini could be significant. Cancer could also be significant is what I'm getting. Somebody could have recently lost a ring, is what I'm getting as well. It's very random, but sure, that's what's coming through. There's some kind of irony as well, because I just heard the song Ironic by Alanis Morissette. And it is, and isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's a good advice that you just didn't take. See, it's like all these little things. Like, I know obviously in the song itself is called Ironic because none of the things she's talking about are ironic. There's not irony that's going on. But that's the point, is like there's something being highlighted about certain things happening a particular way that end up affecting everything else on the quantum and macrocosm, right? It's interesting. All right, what else do we have for this reading, please? We're not going to take all this. Clowns. Oh my God, you can't make it up. Oh my God. I did not know this card was even in this pile. I am floored. Okay, that's crazy. They would be really funny if they weren't so darn scary. So yeah, there's something about the cosmic clowns. The interdimensional clowns are helping someone here. And like I said, they're working on both sides of something. Like they're working to bring some kind of karma to your enemies or to the opposition, but they're also doing things in your life that may seem really fucking annoying, or things that you're like, why does this keep happening? But it's like, it's working for you. So don't hold on to that. That is so, I'm like, oh my God. Crazy. Okay. My bank account. Speaking of theoretical mathematics and unreal numbers, so there's definitely quantum physics is really highlighted here as well. Like, there is something really changing on a quantum level there's something about timeline jumps and things like that right now. Okay, but this could have to do with your material wealth or something like that. Like there could be something that's owed to you or something that needs to be brought to justice for you to get something here that's being like rectified as we speak. Okay, whenever you're seeing this, because this reading is timeless, by the way. That's so crazy, man. Clowns came out. Dude. Oh my God. All right, we got Fashion Week. A week-long fashion industry event where designers reveal the latest trends you'll never be able to afford. Okay, that's interesting. I just did an Aries reading where I mentioned somebody possibly doing like designing clothing or something like that. So maybe you're somebody who is in court for like something to do with a business situation, or maybe somebody's trying to sue you or something like that for an idea here. I don't know if it's like there's a discrepancy about a particular idea or product that was put out. I don't know, something like that is what I'm getting. You may be feeling like your money is not right now. Like there's something difficult about your money situation. Your financial burdens may feel more heavy than you feel like they should. And this, I feel like, could be being rectified soon. But we'll see. We are going to give you some really specific guidance on whatever's going on. Dieting. Have you ever tried the seafood diet? When you see food, you eat it. Thank you. We'll be here all week. Tip your waitresses. So someone here could be working on their health. Maybe you're somebody who resonates with like just not being happy where you're at physically. But this is like, and it could be an aesthetic thing. It could be like, you could be somebody who, you know, you have a nice figure or something, but you don't like particular parts of your body. Like you may feel like you carry more weight or fat on a particular part of your body here. Now, to be more kind of symbolic with the dieting, I feel like there could be something that you are being guided to cut out of your life right now, or something that you need to take a deeper look at when it comes to your health in general. Maybe you're somebody who has particular ailments or difficulties in certain areas of your body. You could have like tendonitis, or you could have like a pinched nerve or something like that. Maybe there's there might be something about physiotherapy is what I'm getting. Even with that fashion week, of course, you know, we wear clothes on our bodies. So it's like, maybe there's something about the clothes you wear. Maybe there's a particular item of clothing that is actually causing you problems. I don't know. That's really interesting. Maybe somebody here wears a waist trainer, and that could actually be causing problems for you. I don't know. That's interesting. That's what's coming out. What else do we need here for this collective? We have forgetting your password, invalid password. You could feel like you're being blocked out of something, or that something is not working out for you here. This could be something like you might have been, maybe the interdimensional clowns or jesters have purposely rerouted you somewhere. Like you feel like your road is blocked in some place or some way, shape, or form, and like it's a reroute is what I'm getting. I feel like there's a lot of rerouting in this energy that we're picking up on right now. Indiana Jones, fictional archaeologist and action hero, proof that a good hat and a whip can take you a long way. Maybe somebody here is actually feeling like they need to change the way that they dress. Like there may be something about identity, or like maybe you've not worn or presented yourself in a certain way with clothing that you feel represents you. This may be because of prior programming, or the way that you grew up, or the family that you were around, or the people that you were around tried to kind of stifle or stifle you. Is that the word I'm looking for? Stifle. It's like try to stifle you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you're somebody who grew up like in a Christian fundamentalist household where you had to be very conservative about the way you dress, but now like you're trying to find, there's something about new identity. There's it's obviously, it ties back into death and rebirth, but I feel like there's something like that. Like I'll give you an example, right? I'm somebody who I previously like would have been weird about wearing certain things because I have a bit of body dysmorphia, and like I would feel like if I wore a particular outfit, like it wasn't for me because, oh, you know, my body in this area didn't look right, or I didn't look perfect in this way, shape, or form. But it was like one day I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a step forward, and I'm just going to wear this particular piece of clothing that, you know, my stomach doesn't look particularly flattened, or like there's a bit of cellulite here or there, whatever. And I just thought, you know what, no, I'm going to force myself to have this sort of exposure therapy where I wear this piece of clothing that I wouldn't have previously worn because it felt like I would be uncomfortable, or like that people would be looking at me a certain way. But it's like, no, you know what? I'm going to just do it. I'm going to push forward and do this. So like maybe this is something that resonates with you as far as, and it doesn't have to be like about this body dysmorphia. It could literally just be that you grew up conservative and you want to like, I don't know, wear something that looks more gothic. You know, it's like it could be anything to do with your identity and how you feel on the inside and wanting to express that on the outside. But like you felt kind of held back, or like that was just something that you weren't comfortable with yet, but maybe you're being guided to sort of push through that feeling of uncomfortability to sort of be more free. Because like for me now, I'm completely different about the things I wear based on that exposure therapy that I kind of gave myself or made myself push through. We have ninjas here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles need not apply. Okay, so there could be a lot of, I heard the Mission Impossible theme in my head. So there could be like, maybe there's something about moving in silence here, something you're being guided to do in silence. Or it could be that Spirit is letting you know that there are other people doing things behind the scenes, or there's things going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of right now, okay? All right, so I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what else comes out for this. What do I want to use? All right, I'm being told to do the zodiacs that are involved in this message, and also the planets and the houses. Okay, why are my planets? Okay, so there's the 12 houses. There's my zodiacs. Where are the rest of my planets, please? Maybe you feel like something's missing. Some kind of puzzle piece could be coming into play here. Something that you weren't previously aware of could be coming to light soon. Okay, so what are the zodiacs we're working with? I don't want to make this too long because I'm actually running out of space on my phone. I need to get a bigger SD card, or an SD card with more space. All right, what are the zodiac signs that are prominent in this reading, please? All right, we've got Gemini, number 3. So 333 could be significant. You might be learning about some information soon. We have Aquarius, collaborate. So 1111 could be significant. Also 1234 is what I'm getting. Give me one more, please. We've got Capricorn, achieve. Okay, so Capricorn goes back. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, so that's interesting coming out. So 1010 could be significant for you. Bottom of the deck, we got Libra. 777. Remember I said something about a courthouse? So there's some kind of balance that's coming in. Like I said, on a quantum level, I feel like things are being rearranged on, to move this particular situation into the timeline it's meant to go, the highest timeline it's meant to be in, okay? And I feel like there's some information you're going to be coming into pretty soon here with this Gemini here and with that ninjas. I feel like there's like some hidden information that's coming to light, okay? What are the houses we're working with here? There's some kind of change in authority or structure in some kind of situation is what I'm getting. There could be a change of officials in a situation, like a judge could be being swapped out somewhere. 1755 on the clock when I said that as well. So 55 is all about change. So yeah, I feel like there's somebody in a position of authority that's going to be changing. We got the 7th house, relationship, okay? I feel like it's saying that there's going to be some corruption that's going to be exposed. There could be people who were hiding the fact that they were working behind the scenes against you or against a particular situation at play. And it's like there's some kind of conflict of interest here. 1st house, arrival. Okay, and that's under Aquarius with collaborate. Yeah, there's something that's coming together here. There's little bits of information, like I said, with these cosmic clowns, with these interdimensional jesters. There's something being exposed or rerouted in the situation so that there's something new that comes about. There's somebody's being replaced. Somebody in authority is being replaced here because of their ties or corruption to something or someone. 3rd house, communication. Yeah. There's information and communication that's coming up in this situation that you're tied to. We have 9th house, exploration. Yeah, it's all about new information coming to light here. Where it's like there's going to be no choice but for there to have to be a significant change in a situation that involves the law, the courts, some kind of institution. It can even be You know, say if you are in a court situation, it can even be institutions that were involved in the situation outside of the court, if that makes sense. So like, let's say somebody, just as an example, there was like CPS in America, Child Protective Services, were involved in like, placing children in a particular home that was not actually good for them, but they were doing it because there was underhanded things going on there. So it's like there could be something here in some kind of institution that is being found out in order to turn a situation around. What do we have for the planets? Saturn's coming out again. So Saturn is very, very significant here. Yeah, definitely a lot of highlight on an institution. We got Ceres, nurture. And we've got Jupiter, abundance. So yeah, there's something going on here with an imbalance of people in places of authority and some type of some situation to do with how things were cared for, or how someone cared for something or someone here. And it could be a business as well, as what I'm getting. There could have been things that went wrong within a business for somebody here where you were blamed for something going wrong, or you were blamed of mishandling something, and that's going to be rectified. We have Juno, partnership. So we have relationships and partnership here. This could be somebody who you had a very close familial relationship with. Okay. Maybe you went into a business with a person in your family and there's problems that were happening there that are now being rectified because of this. All right. All right, let's get some tarot. Okay. I've only got 20 minutes left, so we're definitely going to close this out after tarot. We may be getting, I'll maybe get like one oracle pull before I close it out. So what do we have for this collective about this situation, please? So what does this collective need to know? What is their guidance at this time in this situation? I heard keep moving forward because I just saw Mars there. We got King of Wands. Yep, the star in the reverse. So you may be somebody who you're working towards something here, or you're moving forward with whatever situation this is, but you could be feeling like you're losing hope that something's going to turn around here. Okay. High Priestess. Yeah, Spirit is saying don't lose hope. You need to follow your intuition. You need to trust what your intuition is telling you about this, okay? Because maybe you already felt like something was being turned around, or somebody was going to be replaced, or, you know, put it where it fits. Like you already feel the truth of what's going to pan out here for you because you have trust in God, right? But this star in the reverse tells me, and that's Aquarius energy as well, maybe you've lost faith in the system itself. Maybe you've lost faith in the ability for things to get turned around within a system, but Spirit is trying to tell you in this reading and give you confirmation that no, that's not true. Things are working out behind the scenes. You can't see everything yet, but you know in your heart, you know in your intuition that things are going to turn out for you here. Clarify the King of Wands for me, please. We've got the Moon in the reverse. Okay. Yeah, so there is hidden information that's going to be coming out here in this situation that we're talking about. Now, if you're not the King of Wands, this could represent someone else who's going to be giving information. There could even be somebody else that's connected to all of this that's being guided to bring forth some hidden information or information that was previously unknown. Or maybe it could even be a slip of a tongue, you know? It could be somebody accidentally gives some kind of information that ends up cluing in someone else into like what's actually going on, and it changes things. Two of Pentacles reversed. So you're leaning heavily on the side of lacking faith in the situation we're talking about here. And you know, that's completely understandable if this has been something that has really made you feel like maybe you've waited a really, really long time. Maybe you've done everything you could possibly do, but that's the whole point. I feel like there's a heavy surrender that needs to happen here. And you're leaning more on the side of things not working out for you. And that's not good either, because your thoughts create your reality, right? But Spirit is trying to tell you through this message here that mindset needs to go. That feeling of not having that faith or not fully being in that space of trust within God's plan here, it's causing you problems, okay? What is this High Priestess? Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you don't, Spirit is saying in this particular area of your life that we're talking about here, in this particular situation, there is no action or nothing you need to do further than what you've already done. The whole point is that you need to trust that you've done everything you can and that God is working for you in the background, okay? What is this Moon reversed? King of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, there's something about money exchanging hands here that's being exposed right now. There's something about other individuals doing things not because it was the right thing to do in the situation, but because they were being paid off or getting a bribe in order to make the moves or the decisions that they made in a judicial process or in an institution. Okay. What's this Two of Pentacles reversed? We got the King of Cups. So there's a lot of kings on the table, a lot of masculine energy here. I feel like you're being called to use your emotional intelligence and discernment. Okay, so what I'm getting, right? You know how things work in your life when you make particular decisions and things pan out a certain way in order to teach you a particular lesson, right? You're not applying that same amount of emotional intelligence and understanding to everything and everyone, even though you know that's how things work. Spirit is telling you, because King of Cups is a very emotionally controlled type of energy. Pika, get down. It's like not letting emotions rule you, but being aware of your emotions and moving through those emotions. I feel like there's deep emotional healing going on in this situation, but it's very difficult for you because it's like there's certain things that are very hard for you to reconcile within this particular area of your life, okay? What is the Ace of Wands reversed? Pika, come on. He did this in my Aries reading. Queen of Wands. This is about you, and I got this kind of in the Aries reading as well. It's like this is about you tapping into your creative power and knowing where you are powerful and what actions you can take in your life that are for your highest good and that are going to bring you peace. And it's funny we got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands on the board here. This could even be a divine counterpart that's involved in some way, shape, or form that you're not even aware of right now. They could even be uncovering certain things about your situation. I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm saying it because that's what's coming through. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You need to stay steady in what is working for you right now, okay? You need to remove yourself from the control of how this plays out. Because I feel like that's part of the problem, is you want to be involved, or you want to somehow try to steer the boat in the direction you want it to go. But Spirit is saying you need to let go of that, because we're working behind the scenes for you. God wants you to allow God to do what God does, you know? So there's something about this, you need to surrender the details of what this is in the background here, so that you can continue building and doing things on your own and in your own way. 5 of Cups reversed, yeah. 4 of Swords. It's time to focus on your ability to keep moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other, and staying steady on your feet, on your path. All of this shit in the background, you have already finished. Pika, come on. You have already done exactly what has needed to be done on your end of this, okay? So that is what I'm getting for the main message here, is that there needs to be, first of all, the understanding that there has to be a level of trust in God. Otherwise, you're pushing against this energy, okay? And you need to apply the same emotional intelligence to what you already know about the situation as you do with everything else, okay? All right, so to close it out, we're going to get, let's get an animal spirit guide message. I'm feeling the animals. So, what is the closing message for this collective, please? What is the closing messages for this collective? All right, let's see. We got Mouse. You're overlooking some important details, so pay closer to attention what's going on. Okay. So, as I've already said, there is something about details in this reading. And what I'm actually getting is that you're being called to... This goes back to the message of knowing, with the information that you're already aware of, even if it's only intuitive, to regain your sense of faith through those details, through the information that you're already aware of, okay? Platypus, stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. So there's a need for you to have a gratuitive. Somebody used to be like a waitress or something, gratuity. A gratitude practice, okay? Because you're focusing on what's not going the way you want it to right now. All right, that's the problem, is you're putting too much focus and emphasis on the imbalance that has occurred in your life rather than the balance that you're gaining right now, okay? So that is something to keep in mind and be aware of at this time. We have Kiwi. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. Yeah. You need to put the focus back on your own faith, stability, the intuitive messages and downloads that you're going to get, and trust in the path that you're on right now. Bottom of the deck, Peacock, let yourself stand out and be noticed. That's giving that Queen of Wands energy. So there is likely a lot of creativity you can delve into right now, and even new things that you can do that is going to really boost your feeling of confidence in moving forward into the life that you're currently building, okay? So that was the message. I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please think about subscribing and hitting that bell button and give me my video a like. If you're thinking about getting a personal reading, my email is down below in the description. Also, if you're feeling called to donate to my channel, I would really, really appreciate it. My PayPal information is also in the description, but it is not required. I love you very much. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next one.